Guys, if you're a fan of the Sly Guy podcast and you want the bonus content, you want a wee bit extra, you're greedy, you're going up with your plate for your third helping at Cosmos, and you want just to stuff your plate with chips. You want wee chicken balls, you want sweet and sour, you want Kievs, you want pasta, you want more Sly Guy grub for your big fat bellies, and you just don't get enough on the regular release of the podcast. Head on over to www.patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast. For as little as £2 a month, you get bonus content, you get bonus podcasts, vlogs, early access to tickets, like to my Wall Garden show, went out 24 hours before general release, sold a quarter of tickets to the patrons. That's where you get that early access. Head on over there. There's loads of fun and games, loads of silliness, loads of extra content, the extra Sly Guy podcast, Dog Walks with Davey, you name it, it's there. Nudes. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. You need to get to patreon.com, subscribe today, support the podcast, and make your life a little bit better. I am doing my biggest show of the year on Saturday, the 19th of August at the Walled Garden in Bangor by the Sea. This is my big show for the year. It's in my home city. The tickets are flying. There's only a few left, and I would love to sell it out soon so I don't have to keep pushing people to go. But if you want to go, get your tickets now before they're gone. And I don't want people getting in my ear and going, oh, I want to go, but I've missed this. Buy them now. What are you waiting for? Payday's happened. You've got the dough. Get in. Buy the tickets. Don't regret it. Supporting the nights coming from my guest on this week's episode, the man, the myth, the legend, the Buttman, Aaron Butler. So there you go. It's bring your own. It's in a beautiful setting. It's going to be a great night. Get your tickets now and don't hesitate. The Sly Guy podcast is brought to you in association with Modest Beer. Do you like beer? Well, you like Modest, because Modest Beer is delicious. Formed originally right here in Hollywood, County Down, Modest have expanded so much so that Hollywood can't hold them anymore. So where's the natural progression if you leave Hollywood? That's right in Randallstown, and that's where Modest is based now. And if you want to know more info about them, you can go to their website, www.modestbeer.co.uk. You can subscribe to their brews letter so you can email straight into your wee sneaky email box advising you of all things Modest. And if you were one of these people who are like, oh, I'm lazy, I couldn't be arsed typing in the website into my... Just follow them on social media at Modest Beer. Check them out. Get behind the Modest train. It's moving. They're delicious. You'll love it. Get Modest.
I'm the Sly Guy.
Hello and welcome to this week's Sly Guy podcast. My guest this week is the Buttman. I mean, what a double act we are. Dave Dastardly and Buttley, as we decided we were called in this week's podcast. And that's the name of this week's podcast because it's a great episode. We cover a lot of interesting topics today, from conspiracies to the world of Avatar and AI, of course, via pulling the wire of yourself. So what else do you expect when me and the Buttman are just having a nice time? Guys, enjoy the episode. Have a great week. Whatever you're doing, enjoy your life. It's all fun. And see, now that I have your ears and you think I'm just about to start the podcast, wherever you get your podcast, like and subscribe, whether that's on Spotify, whether that's on Apple Podcasts. Hit a wee like. It helps the podcast rise up the charts. It helps attract better guests. It helps attract better sponsorship. It helps the podcast grow. And I love you. And I want you to love back more. Enjoy this episode with me and the Buttman. Well, I'm not talking about my poo. It's a bad way to start. There he is, back again. See the guy you look like? Joel McHale. There you go. Remember I said to you before?
Yeah.
I think you look like a guy and I couldn't remember who it was.
Colin Geddis calls me that as well. Joel McHale.
There you go.
Look, Joel McHale's a good looking guy.
He's on the Masked Singer USA, is that correct?
I don't watch the
Because
Masked
that's
Singer
what I saw him when I was at my Aunt Ethel's house there over the weekend.
You have an Aunt Ethel?
Yep, mate. Oh, her real name's Emma.
Are you living in a fairy tale?
Listen, her real name's Emma.
Are you living in one of those ladybug books?
Because it's my Aunt Ethel. But do you have any old aunts who don't go by their real names? I don't know if this is a thing.
Why is Ethel's not her real name?
No, because I tried to do a bit of stand-up about this, because my Aunt Ethel's really called Emma. And I have an Aunt Nell who's really called Ellen. I have an Aunt Peggy who's really called Marguerite. I have an Aunt... Who else do I have? Nell, Sadie, Sarah. There you go. So
really, because you don't have an Aunt Ethel? You have,
I have an Aunt
Emma who calls herself Ethel?
But no, everyone calls her Ethel, but she calls herself Emma.
Known as Emma?
No, she calls herself Emma, but everyone calls her Ethel.
And what started that? This is the most confusing thing.
But old people do that, don't they?
Do they?
Like, old people never go by... Like, that's why I think they're all, like, steak knife. I think they're all just
You
like
think all old people are IRA informants?
All informants, yeah.
Yeah,
They go
yeah.
by different name. They're in witness protection.
Yeah, but I mean,
Here,
look,
why is my Aunt Peggy's real name Marguerite? How do you get Peggy from Marguerite?
yeah, you can get Emma DFL pretty easy
Yeah.
enough.
Sarah from Sadie from Sarah.
Yeah, you can get to that easy
Nell
enough.
from Ellen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can stretch that one out, but yeah, Peggy to Marguerite is I don't know the link, I don't know the connection. I also I be honest with you here, Dave, right now I'm a good close personal friend of yours. I've never in my life heard of old people being called different names until we've
No?
had this conversation today. No.
Right, okay.
I've never called an old person a different name, and unless the old
No,
people
I've
aren't
not
telling-
done that on purpose.
No,
like, I've
yeah,
not
yeah,
gone
yeah.
to you. What's
You've
your
been
name,
told
mate?
to do that. Yeah, you've been told to do that.
I'm
yeah, yeah.
Marguerite.
I get
All right,
that.
one Peggy.
But you never asked, you never go to Ethel, why or do people call you Ethel, not Emma?
Yeah, but then she just goes, they just do. And I'm like, but that's not how that works.
Definitely an IRA informant then,
Yeah.
if that's why she's answering. Because she was just answering. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But,
but-
either way,
Because a lot of times I find out my real aunt's names when they die.
right.
Because they just go, there's Man Sadie and she dies. We're here for the funeral of Sarah. And I'm like, ain't no bitch called Sarah getting buried here.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
Sadie.
I'm at the wrong funeral.
Yeah, fuck this.
And I'm wearing the wrong
I'm
gear.
carrying the wrong person's coffin right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Who's this Sarah bitch? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's, yeah. The only legit true down from day one bitch that goes by her real name's my granny Agnes. She's
What do you mean down? What do you mean down from day one?
Because she doesn't have a fake name. She's straight up
She's
Agnes.
always been straight up Agnes.
Yeah, Agnes. Yeah. She now again her name she would more often go by is Aggie. But that's
That's a good wee.
that's
a nice.
yeah. Like
cute
my other
nickname.
granny's called Frances. She goes by Francie.
That's acceptable. Yes,
my
that's
granda, her husband, also Francie. He was Francis though. Not
So is there two Francies?
there was a Francis and a Francis. Yeah, actually no, Frank and a Francie. That's how I separated them. So they're both Francises. One with an E, one with an I.
One with an E.
Yeah. That's
Just
why they
like
changed her
the
name.
drug.
Yeah, maybe that's why she went for Peggy instead of Marguerite. Yeah,
This conversation is.
this is not how I expected to start this podcast. This
I
week.
feel like I'm in the multiverse of your family's head right
Mm-hmm.
now, and it's I need to be more awake, is what I've learned. I'm sleepy, tired boy, busy boy. This is
Yeah.
the busiest month I've had this year.
Tell me what you're cooking on at the minute. It's making you tired.
Gigging, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Gigging with you. We gigged at the Balmoral. We gigged in a
Oh,
rugby pitch.
listen, let's talk about those two gigs because they were definitely two different gigs, 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
You know what? I do want to say, because I spoke about this on my Patreon podcast this week about the gig at the rugby club. That, on paper, could have been a total shambles.
Well, I think I remember specifically before I went on to play to 40 people on a rugby field, I remember looking at you in the face and going, I fucking hate you.
Yes,
And
you
then
did. Yes,
going
you
on
did.
to do the gig.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how bad it could have been.
But what was funny, we were standing around the corner of a rugby club whilst loads of people were just sitting on benches, and then just a little ginger cat just walking around where the stage area was. Now,
Yeah.
in my defence, in advance, I was told there was going to be a gazebo and a sound system,
Yeah.
but there was no gazebo
Yeah,
or
and
a
it-
sound system.
And
So,
then, and in the middle of one of my jokes, the cat just decides to walk right beside me.
which is so disappointing you didn't do the Mark McGuinness bit.
I
If you
know.
had done that. Oh my
I
God.
know it was like perfectly laid up for me, and I didn't even. But I think I was in such a panic mode that I
Yeah.
was standing on a grassy field trying to make people laugh with no microphone. It was
Yeah.
it was a struggle, but look, we got through it, and it was all. I ran as soon as I did my set.
Yeah.
I got out of there, left you to it.
Yeah, you got heckled by a pussycat, and I got heckled by an airplane. There you go.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did a wee airplane go over your set?
Oh, begging went over.
and
my
what'd
set.
you do? Just wait it out.
I was like, yeah, I just like, there you go. First time I've ever been heckled by a jumbo jet. But do you know what? It was one of those ones that it could have been really bad for me. You know, I thought, because obviously I knew some of the people
Bad
there.
for us,
But me, especially me.
especially you.
But it was a nice time in the end. And I enjoyed it. And I got a good look at the colour. I'm a bronze man. Like.
You are very tanned at the minute. That's
Yeah,
good for you.
I
I
like
worry
the-
about tanning these days because I go, am I going to age my wee face?
But you're a bed man. You've been bedding for a long time, haven't
No,
you?
I haven't bedded in years. I
But
used,
you
used
were
2
a
years
big
ago
bed boy.
when I was in the 20s as a bed boy.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my 30s. I've never been a bed boy now.
No. Was there a point where did something happen to you? Was there a moment along the lines where you were like, oh no, I no longer want to age my skin?
I think you just wise up a wee bit and go, oh, this can't be good for you, you know? And even in general, being out in the sun, like, you know, if you're not putting that sweet cream on yourself,
Yeah.
you know, you're not protecting that
Yeah.
UV light from the skin and whatever. So I think I'm more health conscious of that now. And so I want to try to do my best. I'm always wearing like Factor 50 now on my face.
See, I always use a 30. There was a period
I'm a
of
50
time
boy.
that I used a Factor Zero oil. Whenever I was a Magaluf when I was 18, I was out. And to be fair, I didn't look like I was a Caucasian by the end of that holiday.
But look, this is what I'm saying. See, when you're young,
I didn't even look like I was an Indian or a Native American. I looked like I was black.
yeah, you're like
Because I
that
got
t-shirt.
I got big old lips on me too, like. So,
Yeah. I get you.
And I had a shaved head too, so you couldn't.
Yeah,
know.
no one knew. No one wanted to say anything to in case they offended.
I looked like Suge Knight
I
kicking about, or Ice Cube. I looked like him a lot.
Oh yeah. And what age were you?
18.
If you're looking like Ice Cube and you're 18, that's not great.
But here's the thing, mate. Ice Cube used to be 18.
But you didn't state you look like 18-year-old Ice Cube. You made it sound like you look like Ice Cube.
Current day Ice Cube. Yeah,
when
well,
you were
listen, that's
18.
what happens when you spend time in the sun when you're 18. You look like a 42-year-old rapper.
That's what I'm saying. Like, whenever you're younger and you're just going through life and you're like, oh, I've great wee young skin and all.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, who needs sun cream? And then when you get to my age and our age now, I'm like Michael Jackson now. I'm walking about with like umbrellas and like, making sure that the sun's not hitting me.
Like a geisha.
Yeah.
But no, I actually thought about that last night at a weird moment because I just popped out of the shower and I was putting some moisturiser on my feet because obviously when you're older you run about. I wear flip flops most of the day.
Yeah.
I'm running about
all year round.
I'm down by the beach. I'm on the sand. I'm getting my feet are getting a bit of damage. Sometimes I don't even wear shoes.
Yeah.
And I was just putting a bit of moisturiser on my feet, and Holly came in and was like, "Oh, can I have some of that, Dad?" I mean, yeah, and I put it. Well, so I went directly from my like weather-beaten, hard old man feet to hers, and it was like, I've never felt softer feet in my life.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
and it's like and it's almost like you can't walk on bare feet. You need to keep shoes on all the time to preserve that.
It would be much stranger if you did feel her feet and they were harder.
Yeah, Matilda, she's got full hard feet, like she's.
Yeah, she's like a wee cave. What's the wee? Remember that show, The Wild Thornberrys?
Yes, she is like that.
She's like wee Donny.
Yeah, she is like Donny Thornberry, yeah. Or Bam Bam, she's like as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Flintstones.
just do shit, yeah.
But yeah, Dave did gigging with you. So we did the rugby thing. We did the Balmoral Hotel on the Friday, which I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, so did I.
I liked it. It was fun. It was a bit weird because like a lot of people just dropped out because it was a sunny day, and that like me and Andrew did our live podcast on Sunday as well, and he was surprised that so many people didn't show up. And I'm like, Andrew, we're in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
As soon as the sun comes out, that is the priority.
Yeah.
I don't blame people for not attending shows because if I were in their position, I would rather stay at home in the beautiful sunshine in Northern Ireland. Because when it's sunny here, everybody gets happy here, So yeah, we did that, and then I've got a few keynotes on the horizon this month. 3 trips to London, 1 to Barcelona, and then we've got the panel show on Saturday. Is this going out this week?
Yep. So
if you're listening to this on Saturday, we do our big summer panel show. Never mind the mock blame, you're involved in that.
Yeah.
Mickey, it's an all-star lineup, Dave. What a show it's going to be. I've sent you some stuff to prepare for. How you feeling about it?
I mean, to me it's exciting because to me only things I really get stressed out about in terms of it on stage are stand-up, really. Like podcasts, they're just having crack. This will be a lot of crack.
It's just a wee quiz game show.
It's a quiz.
It's just a wee bit of fun.
I do want to ask, like, the title to me is as a stickler for the English language. Never mind the mock blame. What does that mean?
Kieran come up with it.
Right, okay.
Kieran come up with it. I never questioned it. I just said, sure thing, let's go for it. It's basically meant to be a combination of all panel show titles into one as a parody type thing. I think...
Why did they, instead of never mind it, should have taken the cock from the Buzzcocks?
And then...
Never mind the mock cocks.
Never mind the mock cocks.
The cock blame, yeah.
Yeah.
Work that in there.
I would like to incorporate, and I have a funny feeling.
Or why don't they combine that and never mind the cock chase?
Yeah. I mean, it would be I think the audience that would show up to that show.
Who wants to be a cock chase?
The audience that would show up to that show would be expecting an entirely
Who wants to be
show.
a blankety cock chase?
Blankety?
Hey, blankety blank, bro. What are you talking about? The generation cock chase. There you go.
Who wants to chase cock family? Who wants to chase
family cock?
Family cock. Yeah. Like I said, but no, it's called that, and that's what it is for now. And then who knows? I mean, the thing is, we've did the show. This will be the second time we did the show now, and because it's sold out both times, you almost think, oh, we kind of just have to stick with that name now, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, true.
But I don't know. Either way, we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be a good one. I'm preparing all the material for it, and yeah, it's.
Well, you know what I'm working on for it? A really good tan. I'm looking to bring a real good look to the stage. I would like to be the darkest guy on the stage on the day.
I mean, you're competing with Shane there. Like Shane's naturally pretty swarthy.
I'll be more tan than him.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would love nothing more than if every day until the show you go onto the beds.
Listen, I don't need the beds when I've got my garden, bro.
I know.
I'm in that garden.
Oh.
I'm cutting grass.
Not sunny today though.
I know. I was
sad.
I'm also quite happy because it was said on the weather app that it was going to be blistering. The sun was coming out this afternoon, and I was like, I'm in here with you. Shit, I should be outside. You know, now I've got the bald head and putting the cream right on that head, and I'm really getting going.
I was going to say, you must just stick your head into a big tub of the cream.
But you know what? Yeah, but I did that regardless before I even had it cut. But
Yeah.
I feel like now it's like at last the head's getting, like when I first did it, it was so white. I was like, oh no. I hated it. Whereas now I'm like, I like this. Look, it's all right.
That's a good point. Yeah, you forget when you first shave it that it's
not a nice time.
You have to go through that wee getting the sunlight on it. I didn't really think about that. I was going to say it does look better now these days than when
you know what? You know what? I don't want to name this person because
Shane.
No, I don't want her to divorce me, right?
Oh no.
The one particular person said, and this is such a sly insult. Whenever I shaved my head initially, she was like, "You look like you're in one of those Nazi death camps, except you're being fed." And I was like, that's not a nice thing to say. So basically, what you're saying is my hair looks shit, but I'm fat.
Yeah, and
you know, which is hurtful.
I gotta be honest with her. That's quite the specific, term phrasing to use. You know, about something that just happened. It's almost like she had been banking that one for a little bit.
But now, in her saving defence and grace, she sent me a photograph the other day of me just after Holly was born, and I was sitting on the sofa. Holly was in my arms. She was like, "Why are you 14 in this photo?"
Oh, you look young?
Yeah, I looked really young. I still look 40, but you know, in comparison. And she was like, "I actually think you look way better now." And I was like, "Well, that's nice."
There you go.
You know, that's nice. I like that person who I'm not going to name to find me attractive.
Yeah, but it's not the thing with men. Men over when they get older get a little bit more defined, attractive.
Yeah, and women just get stinking. And that's why whenever men get older, we bin them off and start dating the 20-year-olds. And that's why it's sweet for Leonardo DiCaprio to be riding 18-year-olds, but when Schofield does it, and that's because Schofield's a gay man, and we need to change our thinking.
Oh, is that what you're thinking about that?
I think, you know what? This is it just dawned on me today. I was driving my car, and it just hit me. I was like, who gives a fuck? Like, why is everyone making such a... You know what I mean? If he was grooming the kid, problem. But, you know, like, people meet people... Like, Celine Dion.
Yes.
Like, she was, 12 or something, and her manager married her when she was, like, an adult. Like, that's worse than Schofe, isn't it?
That's way worse,
But because he's gay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then that Holly Will... Now, listen, I'm a big fan of Holly Willoughby, normally. But that... yeah, why? But that particular... piece to camera she did, I was like, see, she went, "How are you?" It's like, I'm fine because I don't give a fuck about Schofield or any of that shit.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's all a bit much. Just get back to fucking, cooking stuff or whatever they do in the wee segments.
Whatever happened to the good old days? You know, when they used to have good old TV, like Rolf Harris, rest in peace, the good old days, back to those boys.
I don't know.
You know, Jimmy good quality TV presenters that were non-problematic.
And good music too, Guy Glitter, you know, let's get back to...
Even like, we go back 20 years, R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You know, the good, classic
the good old
musicians.
days. Yeah. Fucking, what's the guy? Lost Prophets?
Oh, no.
All right, sorry.
No, that's...
We dropped that?
Yeah, well, that's...
Sorry, too far.
That's the bridge.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, I mean, that's another one, and I was like, what do you do?
His was maybe the most messed up of anything and everything.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, he makes R. Kelly look like an angel in comparison.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm still on this hill. I'm kind of like, I don't really know what R. Kelly's done wrong. I think R. Kelly's been a wee bit mugged.
I think he
pissed on people.
Yeah.
I mean, fault on that.
Yeah, I don't want to speak because I have watched Surviving R. Kelly and it's quite...
But, no,
brutal.
True or false? I watched Surviving R. Kelly, and this woman was like, and he kept me in the house, and he wouldn't let me... And they're like, you know, but if you want to leave, could you leave? She was like, yeah. And I was like, There you go. R. Kelly's kind of just like putting you up in a big sweet house.
Yeah.
Pissing on you all the time. You know what? I would see if I could, like, if R. Kelly paid me £1 million a year and I should get pissed on the all the time, I'd be like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
And you have to stay in his gaff.
Yeah.
Although it was weird when she was talking about how they had to stay in the room and there was a bucket in the room from the pissing and stuff.
Yeah, 'cause for him to drink.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. That's why he did it.
Look, he's a bit of a freaky guy. And
Yeah.
then he married Aaliyah when she was like 13, 14. It was illegal.
Yeah, but then, you know, she spoke out about him. Look how it turned out for her. You know, he got her.
R.I.P. Aaliyah. But yeah.
That's actually what happened. She was trying to, the plane was taking off and Kelly was hanging off the bar pulling it down.
With his tongue.
My body. Yeah. But no,
yeah,
he actually, that, like, I know. And people sometimes say, obviously, Michael Jackson got away with it because of his great music and all, but some of R. Kelly songs.
Oh. But to fucking everyone would, if you were in a club in Belfast today and Remix Ignition comes on, are you telling me the entire club isn't going buck daft?
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle of it?
And I tell you what, see if I'm in my house, my kids are out, my wife's out, it's just me. I'm doing a bit of laundry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm separating. Like the only time in my life that I accept apartheid is when it comes to my washing. You know what I mean? I'm separating the blacks, the whites, the colours, putting it all together, and I'm sticking a wash on. I'm having a good time. Got the earphones on.
Yeah.
I'm listening to music.
Yeah.
See if I hear, yo, what, Kelly, what's the script? Then vibe. I'm dancing.
Who's that one?
She's got that vibe.
Oh, the vibe.
Yeah. I want to tell you, you've got that vibe.
That's a good one. He has, Hotel Cassidy.
Every girl in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Monique's got it. Sadie's got it. Just my aunties. Ethel's got it.
Yeah. Peggy.
Agnes has got it.
But yeah, we need to do a Google. We have to every sort of few months we do a quick checkup on him to see what he's at. I'm pretty sure he's still in jail right now at the minute.
I mean, because America are Americans are mental, and their prison system is also like the 3-strike policy. You can get done for like 3 different random things, like and then if you the third one could be like something quite petty because the third strike, you're going to jail for 175 years, mate, and you're like, fuck, mugged.
Yeah, America's a bit of a mad place. They have an election coming up this year. What's mad is
this year, is it?
It's either this year or I think this year is when the debates and stuff happen, and then the vote happens. Hold on, what year is it? 23?
Yeah, it'd be 24. Wasn't it 16? Trump got in today.
16 Trump got in.
20. 24. Yeah.
So 23. So yeah, this is fucking. We're coming up to it. But
yeah, Trump's not running again, is he? Or is he?
I believe he is.
I thought the Sanctus or one of those boys were doing it.
It's basically between DeSantis and Trump or Joe Biden. Now,
what about
all 3 of those candidates aren't ideal if you're an American.
Joe Biden's what, 80 or something?
82.
And he fell over the other day over a sandbag or something. Like, I think, you know what?
Just give it up, like.
Yeah. What about his vice president? Get her in?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
No one's ever heard from her ever since the
she
election.
got in.
Like, she's just fucking been doing. No one knows what's going on.
I like
for
her
her
approach to like prisons.
What was that?
Put everyone in there.
Everyone?
She was all for it, send them all there.
Right.
Yeah, I like that vibe from her.
Okay.
I feel like that's the way we need to go a wee bit in the world now. We need to get a bit stricter with her, because people are just doing whatever they want and expecting no consequences.
Yeah, Schofe.
See those kids in Ballymoney kicking the fucking head off people in the train station.
No,
in the sunshine.
what was that about?
Just kids being arseholes.
Kids were kicking heads.
But you know what they need to do? Come out. I don't think I wouldn't say we should be bringing back like plastic bullets and that, because it's problematic. What I do think, water cannons, flat out. Kids need to just
super
be water
soakers.
Cannons. No, the big cannons.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah, just bring them down. Just like see.
Does that hurt when you get hit with one?
Oh, why? It's like a giant pressure washer.
Would break a bone.
Well, it depends how you land. Yeah, I would say go for it, because this is the thing. Kids nowadays aren't afraid of shit.
What would happen if you took one of those in the face?
Ask Steve-O. He's the sort of guy who would do that.
I know. I almost feel like Jackass has probably
done
this.
So let's. I'll Google it now. Jackass water cannons.
Yeah, because I don't know why I have the urge to find out what happens.
Because have you ever been? You strike me as the kind of guy who's been to
Disney World.
Phone party.
I've been to 2 phone parties in my lifetime, both at the beach club. First time, thought it was class. Second time, got kicked out after 5 minutes because my mate was drunk and went into the foam when he shouldn't have went into the foam, and all of us had to leave. That was a sad time.
That's bullshit.
That was big Brian Rush.
It's always him, isn't it? It's always
It
him.
is always him, yeah. It's because he's so tall, he's a target.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the fucking. Oh,
Do you know my mate Griff?
I do.
He's like, can you line out lift us? Like in rugby, you know, they lift them in the line out. He's like, can you line out lift me into the foam? And we're like, sweet. So two of us got him. He jumped and we lifted him up, and like the foam just blew him right back.
Oh.
And I was like, strong foam, and it's not sweet. And you know what else happened to me at a foam party once? It was not cool. For like the photographs, they make you sit down so as it looks like the foam's way higher. You know what I mean?
I get
So
you.
it's like, oh my god, the foam's up to their fucking ditties. And I sat down and I sat in a big pile of bulk, and it ruined my whole day. So disgusting.
That's the worst.
So disgusting.
That's fucking.
And you're wearing
vile.
like, you know, the wee t-shirts they give you, the wee white t-shirts from the nightclub, and I just covered in the orange bulk. Horrible.
Did you ever go to the beach club foam parties?
I've been to a couple, yeah. I used to love the beach club.
You were the beach club guy, like.
Yeah, I loved the beach club back in the day.
What was it? What,
£2 cocktails, bingo.
It's
hard to beat.
Yeah, it's mad to think it's a relic now that existed in our lifetime that there's a generation they'll never experience.
But you know what? It strikes me as a sort of place that may come back.
You think?
Yeah, because like, why it stopped as like anything is because maybe the owners changed, the people didn't like, there was not as much love put into it. It maybe started to attract a more problematic clientele, and then it just went the way that it did. But in those days when it was like a wee tiki hut, oh yeah, and you went in and it was just great music, like you get the remixed Ignition every time.
Yeah.
You get £2 cocktails.
Yep.
Great music, great times. you get the wee like the wee, you know, like Hawaiian land, like the works. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. And you know what?
It was a real vibe.
In my day, it was actually known as the Bamboo Beach Club.
It
that was
was
the original name, and then
Now,
became the Beach Club. What a bar.
If TikTok existed back then, do you think you would have been one of these fresh guys like Jed and Geddy doing the fucking?
Oh, my boy Jed and Geddis, no, they're much more lit than me.
Would you not have been lit enough to be like?
No, my problem was I'd be lit. You
were too lit to use a phone.
I was too lit, and I should quit. I would be.
Yeah.
I would be able, like. I wouldn't be like, I need to get footage of this. I'd be like, please nobody get footage of this. I am out of control in here, you know. I remember once.
What were you doing?
I don't know. What I remember, my mate Macca, you know Macca well.
Oh.
We had a tradition. I don't know where it started. It started in school. Boys will be boys and all that. But every year on his birthday, I would give him a leg drop. That was kind of the thing. It was like the birthday leg drop, and he would.
You'd give him the leg drop.
Yeah, so he would just be ready.
Like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, the birthday leg drop. One time in the beach club, right? I said to him, it was maybe his 18th or 21st. It was a big one anyway.
Yeah.
And if you're going to have a big birthday, hey, you need a big leg drop.
Yeah.
So I went from the top of a table in the beach club with a diving leg drop.
Oh no.
And I landed on it like a load of broken glass and cut my hands, but he just loved it. It was great. And then a bouncer came over to me, and his genuine words were, if you do that one or two more times, you're out of here.
One
I was like,
or two.
So I've got at least a swanton bomb in me, and then
Yeah.
I was like, what? I remember looking at him being like, listen, I had the hands up, ready to go. I'm like, look, I'm gone. I hit the holiday or the birthday leg drop. I'm the holiday leg drop, the birthday leg drop. I'm out of here. But he was like one or two. I was like one or two more times, and I didn't do another leg drop. That was it.
You didn't risk the one or two more
I didn't,
times.
because I mean it could have been two, it could have been one, but
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the
Great times at beach club.
do you still do the birthday leg drop on him?
I haven't seen him on his birthday in a few years, but I mean, I think
If you do, would you have to?
Yeah, I would say so.
You still got it in you?
I would need to do a lot of stretching for the lower back. You know, it would cost me a lot of damage now, but I'd give it a go.
You'd cause him a lot of damage.
I am very good at delivering it, though.
Are you good at protecting your?
Yes. Like, he trusted me, and at that stage I was probably quite a svelte, 19 stone or something, and he was trusting me off the top of that, and yeah, hit it to perfection every time.
It's mad that you have hit weights, like size-wise, that I will never touch.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and I'm like,
never...
I remember the good old days when I was a lean 19 stone. Like, I think genuinely, if I was like maybe, if I was like, if I was thin, I still reckon I'd be running about 17 and a half, 18 stone. Like, if I was lean, like,
If I was,
which is mad to think.
That's crazy. Lean for me is 10.5.
Yeah. Because I remember whenever I went to the asthma clinic, they were like, they're doing the weight and all, and they were like, you should be 11 and a half stone because of your height. And I was like, I could never be that. And then
You're a tall guy.
Yeah, but then I did the test, like the breathalyzer thing. And like, yeah, maybe you should be a wee bit heavier than that. Like, yeah, because I've big old lungs on me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so, but yeah, I definitely need to lose. I think about 5 stone to be.
It's a lot of stone.
Where I'd like to be. You know,
Yeah.
I've a wee thing in my mind coming up that I'd like to work towards. So.
What's the thing in your
It's
mind?
private. I can't tell you on the camera. I can tell you off the camera for sure. But
Okay, you can tell me after this then. I don't know what we think it'd be. Could be a
And
competition. You could be. Yeah, I was going to say you could be going for surgery of some kind.
Yeah.
The who knows? But best of luck to you
Thank
anyway.
you, I appreciate it.
Like the T-shirt I told you when I come in. Sexual icon.
You know what? I feel like I don't embrace my beauty enough.
Right.
Sometimes I'm a plain guy. I come in and just a plain t-shirt. I don't really make much effort. Now I'm bald. I'm like, I need to lose weight so I look sexy when I'm bald.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to look like I want to maybe invest a wee bit. I feel like I've given the last 5 years of my life to being just a dad.
Yeah.
So like I'm a family guy first and foremost.
You've kept them fucking selfish bastard kids,
Yeah,
haven't
and you know what? And they've sucked the hair out of my head and the black out of my beard.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think I need to put a wee bit of effort into myself again.
Yeah.
Because what is it they say in airplanes? If you're going down, you put your own gas mask on first, don't you?
That's
your
right.
old airbag.
That's right.
So
Hopefully that never happens.
I need a wee bit of self love.
Yeah, I think we all need that in our lives. Maybe you more than others because you've selflessly given so much to these 2 kids.
And listen, I'm going to
say,
say, and the comedy scene. I've helped so many people.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I'm a beacon. I'm an all. That's why my hair's falling out, because I listen and take so much on into my head that I just can't keep the hair on anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. But it all gets a wee bit too much. I get.
But
it.
now I'm like, listen, I've been 2 weeks now of eating well, training hard, doing circuits in my garden. And you know what? I'm feeling good. My heart rate's down. I'm feeling way better. A couple of LBs off. Lots more to go, but I'm feeling good.
What? You're going on holiday soon?
Yes, mate. I'm going to Portugal in July. So we're going to be... But I'll probably get you in a week or two to get a wee bank number done.
Lisbonne?
No, Albufeira. Let near you, yeah, with the kids.
What's the one that Madeline went missing at?
Porto something.
Oh, what was it called?
No,
That's going to annoy me now.
Porto something.
Oh,
I know.
but it was in Portugal.
Yeah.
So,
Where?
just saying, mate, keep the kids together to you.
Because
Because they haven't found her yet, and the killer could still be
Madeline. Where did she go?
I can say Caroline. Madeline.
Where did Madeline McCarney go? Listen. Praia de Luz.
Praia de Luz.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You should go visit there as a wee tourist day with the kids.
Yeah, man, I would cry. I actually
Would you?
cried today. Yeah, I'm soft as shit, mate.
Yeah.
You know, if you can guess what I cried over today, I'll give you a quid.
Did you cry because was it something to do with Matilda?
In a roundabout way.
Did Matilda say something cute or say something nice or do something?
No, Matilda was all right. I was watching.
Were you looking at old memories?
No, I was watching a movie, a Disney film.
Which one?
Coco.
I've never watched Coco.
Mate, it's the best.
Is that the one about the Day of the Dead and all?
Yes, it is the best.
Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the music and stuff for that, so he did. From Hamilton fame.
Well, I tell you
There you
what,
go.
the songs are great.
Yeah, well, he does do
The end
very
of that
good music.
made me cry.
There you
So,
go.
There you go.
There,
You
is
know.
that the first time watching it?
Well, no, I've watched it several times, but I've never got to see the end of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, because the
I've
kid always gets bored and
I've
goes
watched a
down.
bit. Coco's a beautiful looking film. It's
You were
really,
about to say fella.
no, it's
You were about to say Coco.
Coco.
What? You talking about Shane's barber?
oh no, he's not sweet. Coco. I'm joking. I've never met Coco, sorry. But no, the wee boy, and it's called Miguel. Coco's the
Right.
old granny in it.
Oh.
Her real name's actually Catherine.
I was going to say, yeah.
In fact, her
truth,
real
yeah.
name's actually Margaret. Yeah, she goes by Coco.
Right,
Makes a lot
right,
of sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just there was stuff going on about that. It was just like, you know, when you start thinking about your own mortality and like,
Yes.
like when you die. Well, like if I were to die now, I started thinking, would Matilda remember me? Would she even know me?
That's a great question.
And then you know what? I start crying.
Oh,
You know?
because she probably wouldn't.
No, probably
Yeah,
not. But then
yeah.
you know what? She's got, I mean, hundreds of episodes of the Sly Guy podcast to
Oh.
watch back
Oh.
and go, this guy.
And
is
by
my
the time
dad.
AI technology comes around,
Oh.
we'll be able to fucking take everything. We can use your voice. I'll create wee messages from the grave and all.
Yeah.
Wee holograms and stuff.
Eat
of
your
you.
broccoli, you eat what?
Yeah. Stuff like that. That'd be good.
Listen, maybe that's it. Maybe I'll never die now. I'll live forever.
Well, we all will now with the internet, really, won't we? We're all stored on this fucking...
Wow, on this cloud that we call world.
On this mad server fucking thing. Unless a big asteroid comes and just takes out the Earth, in which case we're all gone anyway. Like,
but I mean, listen, I know for well that I would say if we die now, Dave Dastardly and Buttley will be forever in people's hearts. Like
Dave Dastardly and Buttley.
Yeah.
I want to do a Photoshop as soon as I get home.
You're gonna be
Dave
alright.
Dastardly and Buttley.
Will be in people's memories.
Oh, it's very, very good.
For
Enjoyable.
a long time, yeah. But why I got into this fucking again? Why do we always end up like? Why people are going to think we're like on edibles or something? See, every time
feel like it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we just talk so much shit. But it all came from Madeleine McCann. And my point is, when I watched the documentary about her on Netflix, I cried continuously.
Oh, at every episode?
Oh, the whole thing just made me so sad. For a start, I was like, her parents have absolutely nothing to do with her disappearing. They have just made a dumb error that you would make as a parent sometimes, something stupid you would do, and then a fucking pedos snatched her.
There is conspiracy theorists listening to you right now going, alright Dave, you didn't look into the tapes that were on YouTube.
Hey, see people look into things like that. See people look into get a life.
If anyone's
Fuck
telling you I've looked into a thing, there's something not right there.
I'd be like, maybe you need to look into your own cholesterol levels or something instead.
Look into your own mortgage. You know what I mean? Look into your own fucking whatever.
Looking into this. Oh yeah, you don't have. Here's the thing. See, like the people looking for Madeleine McCann, they probably, maybe call me a conspiracy theorist myself, they probably have a wee bit more information to look into than you do, sitting in your hole, scratching smeg from around your helmet and flicking it onto the back of the sofa. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that don't look into it. You know what I mean? What are you going to discover? Stupid bastard. And see, one thing when I watched the documentary, they showed where the bar was in relation to the room. It was like from here to that wall.
It was close.
You know what I mean? So I'd be like, the kids are all right, you know? And alas, they were not.
Well, just don't you be doing that when you go away.
No, but I tell you what, I would absolutely murder anybody that touched my, like, oh.
Well, yes.
I was at school sports day yesterday, and like, even just watching people cheer other kids other than mine. Oh,
did yours win any?
Of course they fucking didn't, because it's 2023. And you don't have prizes in sports day.
What?
Pointless, yeah.
What do you mean?
You just do it. You don't get any medals. There's no first. There's no second. There's no cutting the wheat from the chaff anymore. It's just, well done. No, not well done. I want to make one. You know what's going to happen? Xi Jinping's going to invade, and we're all going to be like, everyone's... Doof, doof.
Who the fuck is Xi Jinping?
Xi Jinping is the fucking Chinese dictator, isn't he?
Oh, right, I didn't know.
Yeah, and we'll go for Putin instead. He'll come in, and he'll be like, no, I'll be like, we don't have winners. We're all like, well, doof, doof.
So you're telling me in sports day these days there's no first or
no
second
competition.
But what happens when a kid does come first? Do they just go... Do they tell the kid they won?
No.
There's no medal?
No, they said you took part. No, I will say I actually had to text my parents after sports day because Holly has athleticism in her. Like she is, like my legs are 28 inches. Hers are already longer than that already. She's thin, she's long. She looks like a long distance runner. And I was watching the Grace that she was running with, going, if we can get her, you know, into the right scheme here, there's dough to be made.
When you say scheme, you mean a sport?
Yes.
What sport do we get her into?
I mean, I want her into athletics. I feel like if she gets in that good and early, she could be good.
You mean sprinting, running?
Running, long distance, cross country. Taekwondo.
You're looking at your 5-year-old now going, that's a cross country runner.
Listen, Jerry McElroy, Rory's dad,
yeah,
early doors was like, this is my fucking,
to be fair,
meal ticket here.
That is true, yeah. But you've got her in dance classes.
You need to get them young. Like you look at all the like Russian gymnasts and all. Those guys are starting early.
Oh, they're already ahead of the game.
And you know what? Holly's got a recital on the 17th of June, or summer recital.
That's cute.
You should come.
Maybe I might do, yeah.
Because you know some of the instructors.
I do, yeah. I could come and be like the wee seedy dad that isn't, that you aren't.
Yeah.
That I could come be the wee and fucking, and you know when you get like all the single mez with the kids.
Oh, you would love that. That would be a great time for you.
And they're all like, which one's yours? And I'm like, none of them, love. But yeah, but if yours needs a new day.
But I like dancing.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I like watching recitals.
But Holly, I tell you what, I mean this with love of my heart, expect her to be rare.
You're expecting this to be rough?
No, I expected the Christmas one, her to be shit. Because I've never seen her dance, really. And she doesn't have much, I would have said, in the way of coordination.
Yeah.
She was great.
Oh, right, okay.
I was actually, and again, I cried.
Yeah.
Seeing her do her wee Grinch dance, I was like,
yeah.
No, she's coming home, like, it was funny. She's like, Dad, they make me do stuff that really hurts me. I was like, what do they do? And they're like, they're doing planks. She's doing planks, stretches, all these kind of things in dance classes. I'm like, Holly, they're preparing you physically for dancing.
You were about to say for war.
Yeah, listen, you need to like. There's actually but what was fun was her dance teachers went to your show.
Yes, they did. They did, and they enjoyed
and
it.
what was funny, one of them, we were just in the green room in Lavery's, and one of them just stood up, just having a dance during the break, but she just so happened to be right in front
of the camera,
and I was like, that's funny for me. That's funny for me.
Yeah, we were watching it. That was good fun. Yeah. But yeah, big love to all the dance teachers out there. You know, big fan.
Would that be something you'd ever be interested in?
What,
teaching dance, or like going back into like theatre or anything, like as in a like teaching capacity?
No, not really. I don't think so. I think I'm over that. I think I'm just wanting to be funny. You know, I think I just want to do jokes. I just want to write. I just want to gig and be better at that. That's all it is, Dave. I'm a simple man now.
Yeah. Would you have any goals outside
completed
the
goals? No, I don't think so. Like I obviously would love to do some sort of TV work in the next few years. I think that would be cool.
Like what sort of stuff? Now we are listen to this, don't sell yourself up short. We are on a show going on BBC soon.
On BBC Sounds
the
at
two
the
of
minute.
us, yeah.
And we're also...
Is it on at the minute? Is it out?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it is. I mean...
I'd assume it would be out after the big finale's done.
Yeah. Even though there is no winner in that either. That's like your kids.
Fuck's sake.
It's
you know what? On the night, I'm going to take a microphone. I'm going to do a Kanye. And I'm going to be like, let me say something.
Yeah. This was the best set of the night, yo. That wasn't a bad Kanye.
No,
if I worked on that, that'd be alright. But yeah, so yeah, I would love to, in terms of like TV stuff or whatever. I don't know. Like, I'm really into this panel show thing at the minute that we're doing. Me and you're doing. Don't know if we can announce it, but we're doing stand up for something soon on BBC.
Oh yeah, fuck! I was like, what are we doing here? Yeah. I don't. It doesn't have an official. Well, it does have an official title, but I don't think we can say.
But you'll see something.
It's a radio show.
And sure, everyone loves those.
Oh, here also, by the way, I'm working on a wee something too. Stand up wise,
you're working on a wee
you'll
something.
Be on.
I'll be on,
but it's going to be encapsulate your image as well.
I like that. My image does need encapsulated.
AI for the straight guy. It's called.
AI for the straight guys. Fucking great.
You're using AI.
It's just a robot designing straight guys.
Yeah, there you go.
I think you would look better in this. It's just but it's making all the wrong choices. I think you need more of a tan, and it's just painting them black. They're all blackface.
I can't. Oh. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun, but also that sketch alone, people be like, he's black-faced up. I'm like, no, that's not.
AI did it.
Yeah.
And if that's what AI is, the future, baby.
Skynet.
If that's they already have been through everything. Skynet. You're obsessed with Skynet when it comes to the AI.
Yeah, mate, it is it. Listen, I think James Cameron is the worst guy, or else he's a time traveler.
Right.
Because he predicted everything. He predicted AI, and he predicted
the avatars,
the metaverse. Yeah. He predicted it all. That's all Avatar is, the metaverse. Can you get bummed in like
an Avatar?
An Avatar, like if you're in it, can you have sex?
They just connect their wee tails to each other.
No, but like, you know what I mean. If you're like, so you're sitting at home, could you be an Avatar like eating ass? Or
so, I'm trying to just figure out the logistics here. I've got the headset on.
Yeah,
I'm in the Avatar.
Can you
body.
just be pulling the wire yourself in the Avatar world?
Yeah, I think I could, but I also think I don't know if they pull the wire themselves in there.
But then why are they going in there?
Do you think that they're solely the point of Avatar is solely for them to go in? So They're investing all that money in science and technology just to be like, here, are we all going to pull the wire of ourselves in here and then just come back out again?
This is going to sound ridiculous, but ultimately that's what everything boils down to.
Pulling the wire yourself.
Just jizzing. Sex, everything.
Yeah, well,
everything. Everyone does everything for that reason.
Yeah, every time there's a new technological advancement, it's to do with pulling the wire yourself. I'd agree with that.
Like those like Hayachi things were originally done for like muscle relaxants straight away on the fash.
Do they have one for? Is that?
Yes.
Is that what they do?
But you know what I mean? People are like, how can we turn this into a sex toy? You know what I mean? How can we come because of this thing? So in Avatar, surely you're like, listen, this like so. Say for example, right? You take Jeffrey Dahmer.
I mean, I love how you've segued to this.
You strap him into an avatar. Yeah. And you're like, listen, do all this weird shit you want to do in the Avatar world, and you don't really hurt anyone here. But then is it going to come the point where it becomes sentient in the Avatar world, in the metaverse, where the stuff you do there holds the same consequence and severity as it would in the real world? Or what happens? Or do you just get kicked off the Avatar world? Yeah,
well, I don't think the Avatar world is going to be too welcome and open to the stuff Jeffrey's doing either. I don't think it's part of their culture.
But hold on, could he go in there and just like beat off and do what he does and then come back out and be like, well, I'll just not go back there again? Or would the avatars come back to the real world to get Jeffrey Dahmer?
Depends how much damage he does, you know. At the end of the day, it depends where the avatar's based as well. You know, when they do the avatar, they're on like a wee spaceship, and the avatars can't get up to the spaceship. So really, he would get away with it.
So are the avatars real, or do they...
The avatars are real.
Right, so oh my God, so the guy, right, the wee invalid guy in the first one, I've only seen the first one, the wee invalid soldier guy.
Yeah.
He
is real.
Yeah, he's real, but then he's an avatar.
He connects into his avatar, which is also real.
Right, okay, so it's kind of like it's like a drone, an avatar, really.
It's like controlling a drone.
Right, okay.
His avatar could stand next to him in the pod in the wee disabled body.
Because what I was thinking was... It was just all...
You thought it was virtual reality?
Yes, all virtual, kind of like the metaverse.
No, you need to go back and watch Avatar now, because you'll watch it totally differently. You'll be like, oh shit.
So then when he's not controlling his avatar, is it still kicking about? Or is it
still kicks about, but I think it goes into some sort of wee sleep pod or something like that.
And can you pull the wire yourself in the sleep pod?
I mean, if you're sleeping, no. He has to be connected into the avatar to pull the wire of himself.
So see the tails, do they go up their arses, or what do they do?
The tails go into the other person's tail. So there is... I don't believe there's ever been an arsehole or a doot or a dick seen on the avatar bodies. I think they're just wee eunuchs. Is that what it's called, a eunuch? They're wee Ken dolls. And so their tail is how they fucking... all over each other. Are you good?
I'm gonna look porn avatar hub.
Oh no! Don't look up Pornhub avatar, Dave. That's gonna fucking that's not bringing the right avatar. That's not gonna show you the right Avatar movie.
But hold on, it looks like so. These are avatars, and they're like, I don't know what their tails are doing here.
By the way, just to give the viewers fucking hell.
So hold on.
Dave may or may not be on a hub of porn right now, looking at.
So I want to see how the tails work.
But I don't.
There's no tail there.
There's the night.
That's just there's no tail. There's a dude and there's Geddis
no,
there.
But Dave, that's not the Avatar movie.
So is that the guy? Is he riding his own avatar there?
No, Dave. That's not James Cameron's Avatar. That's just a film that someone's made on Pornhub.
But I mean, I mean, there's no tail in sight there.
Yeah, no, that Avatar is definitely not the one from James Cameron's
How would you describe
universe.
What they're doing there?
Well, basically, there's a human man fingering a big blue alien, is what I'd describe it as. But it's in a
and there's a tail. There's a tail there.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
okay. That's a tail.
This is disgusting.
I might make it off that gross.
Oh my God, I feel traumatized.
So
now.
Can you?
Well, that's that movie ruined for the foreseeable future.
So can you then pull the wire yourself in that Avatar world?
Yeah, I guess you can, Dave.
Yeah.
I guess you. Hey, you're right.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Listen, you're welcome.
You've discovered whether or not you can pull the wire off an avatar, which is what we've been searching for all this time.
But I just think any advancements in technology are people trying to have sex.
They are. Apple announced a new headset the other day.
For sex.
For whatever. I tell you what, it is more tailored to sex anyway, because you can see people through it and all. Have been waiting. So yeah, that's the deal, Dave.
Nice. I can't pronounce that name. I don't want to get it wrong.
Dave is showing me a name. I'm going to try it. Now, there's a lot of fat is in this name.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it's Christor.
Christor?
Christor Ginley.
Right, well, Christor's asked a question saying, Aaron, mind is mental. I want to know your stance on UFOs. Are they real or bullshit? I mean, that segues nicely.
That does.
Between
from avatars.
Avatar and pulling the wire yourself and tails and wanking.
Apparently, there is documents that say there is unidentified aircrafts that were not made on the earth or America or whatever.
China.
China. That America has possession of. Who knows what the fuck is real or not in that field.
Do you believe in Israel, or do you think it's alien state?
Do I believe that Israel, the country on earth, is real?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Do you believe it has any sovereignty, or do you believe it's just been formed and it's wrong and they should give it back to Palestine?
I believe I don't know enough on this topic to answer that question.
Well, you know what I know is happening in Israel, and I know what's happening in Palestine. There are people in there pulling the wires themselves. It's one thing I know for sure, no matter where you go. It's happening.
You're such a dick. Yeah, well, look, I don't know if there is UFOs, there's not UFOs, but I know that the people who are looking for them are pulling the wire off themselves, and that is the main thing. Yeah, I would say the Neil deGrasse Tyson said, we don't want to be the people who get discovered by UFOs, because that'll mean they're the smarter race and they will inevitably destroy us. There you go.
Neil the Titan bastard Tyson.
Yeah.
Naomi said, what a way to honour him, and sent me a video. Let's see what this is.
What did you inherit, my friend? So, just before me dad passed away just a couple months ago, I don't mind talking about it, I didn't know that he actually got his knob pierced.
Oh.
And when he, like, after he
Oh, wow.
passed away, Mum's actually come to me and she told me about it. She said, look, you can either have it or you can't have it. Straight away, I went and got it pierced, and I wear it every day just to remember it.
Oh my god.
What a great honour.
Oh, that's
So basically these
sick in the
guys are on a
head.
radio show, and they found out that a guy's dad died, had a Prince Albert piercing, and when he died he left his ring, which is sly because he'll be up in heaven trying to pull a wire of himself. Maybe this doesn't feel right because I got no fucking... Like, I would have just left the piercing in, personally.
Yeah, I wouldn't take my dad's piercing out of his dick.
I would want the whole thing.
What, the dick?
Yeah, I'd make a fucking
Why?
necklace out of it, like in the movie Your Highness. Wear it around my neck.
That's way weirder than just taking the piercing. Yeah,
Or make it into a hat, like, you know, the way they put wee like feathers inside a trilbies.
What, you want your dad's dick
Yeah.
at the side of a trilby hat?
Yeah. I mean, it would be definitely. I told you I'm trying to get
Be a
more
real
into
conversation
fashion.
starter
Yeah.
at parties. Yeah.
Is that a dick? What, this?
You'd be like, it's just a feather. I mean, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then you go, funny story behind this
Yeah.
ad. My father used to
This
be
was
it.
last. Speaking of, we were talking a wee bit about pulling the wire of ourselves, a wee bit about
A
death,
wee bit about it.
a wee bit about family.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary on Sky this week about the monster in the morgue.
The
it was
man who
called.
pulled the wire.
I mean, yeah,
himself.
the man who pulled the wire.
Because there is a documentary called The Man on the Wire. So
Nice.
that's why I was just.
Yeah, no,
playing
the
that
documentary's
reference.
called the Monster in the Morgue. It was about a guy called David.
Oh no, Elliot.
Yeah, David Fuller, maybe.
Right.
So basically,
There's a David Fuller right now raging at
yeah.
you.
But this guy basically had, right, so it started off about there's these two girls were murdered in the 80s, and they're murdered it was Tunbridge Wells, so in England, and both, like, for a start, the place they were murdered was known as Bedsitland, which is a weird place to call any area of town, Bedsitland, but this one girl was, I believe, strangled and found in her bed, so that was pretty gruesome. Then another one was found a few months later in a ditch somewhere, and then they weren't able to find, there was not enough to catch anyone or whatever. But then they fast forward maybe like 30 years or something, maybe to the present day, actually 2019 this was, so yeah, but like a long time later they had some advancements in technology. They hadn't put the case to cold case files, they were like still looking. They found some new evidence on like some like semen marks or some DNA on the bed sheets of one of the victims, and they tested that and they found like they got some sort of DNA of it. So they did another test around all the like all their files that they had, and they got a familial match between this guy and the DNA. So it was like you're like a 80% same link, because it turns out this guy's brother was David Fuller's brother. So then whenever they tested him, he had like 99.999% match to this. So they went basically to lift him for these murders. And when they went into his house, they had discovered loads of like hard drives and loads of stuff. He had been working as an electrician in a hospital morgue and had been raping basically the dead bodies in the morgue for years. So the thing is that it kind of says like that was his sort of, what got him off was what like necrophilia basically. So he had killed these two women, but then for the years that followed, didn't have to kill people because, and I think by the end of it, 101 victims they had that he had sexually assaulted over the years, and nothing was as gross as that ever. But then people were saying, would he have murdered more people if he didn't work in that morgue? So it's like they were like, was it better off that he did that stuff, or would you it's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah,
because I think necrophilia is the most gross thing ever.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely gross, but you have to sort of, if you were to make a choice, being like, oh, would you rather he fuck already dead bodies, or would you rather he freshly kill people and fuck them? I mean, I guess I would rather he already fuck the dead bodies, but then I also would rather he just didn't do it at all. And
that's
just
what
pulled
Jordan
the wires
Robinson used to do,
That's what who?
Jordan Robinson. Jordan
Robinson used to fuck dead bodies in the morgue?
No. He used to work.
I knew Jordy was
he used to
guy,
work in a morgue,
right?
And that was his job to like sit,
fuck the dead bodies.
That was his job to like sit whenever like the autopsies were being done to make sure that the people doing the autopsies,
people weren't getting fucked.
Yeah,
no
basically.
way.
So he had to make sure.
You had to be a wee witness.
To make sure people weren't like.
So did Jordy have to watch all the dead people? Fucking just
yeah. It sounds like an awful job, but someone's got to do it, and that was Jordy. But that's what my question is. So he wasn't doing the autopsies. He was just kind of like. He's always like, fuckers now, light out in that morgue. And he was just always, he had access to the keys and he was going in and doing it there. And apparently, like on the CCTV and all, he set up cameras to record himself doing it and then obviously watch it back to pull the wire of himself.
It comes first full circle, literally. He could, but right. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm thinking about this now.
Yeah, it fucks your head, like, definitely. It's horrible.
Because the body decomposes.
But whenever you get an autopsies done, for the most part, that's probably the best
time to get it
place you would oh no, you know what I mean, like the most preserved. They're in fridges, there's like the whenever you do that, you like prep the body to it's horrible.
It is horrible.
So gross. Nightmares. But that guy, to me, my point is, I think if I found out anyone did that thing, I would want to kill him with my bare hands. I think
if you found out he did,
and then
he
fuck
did
him.
What?
Teach him a lesson. No, I'd want to kill him with my bare hands. I couldn't get past that at all. It'd be like, oh my god, what a gross desecration that is. It's horrendous. Like the thought that, but see, whenever they got him, they were like, you've been doing all this, and we saw this footage, and it's like, it's you doing it, and he was like, I'd rather not speak about it. And you're like, yeah, why? And he's like, it's a bit embarrassing. And you're like, a bit embarrassing, you fucking absolute monster.
So did he just go to jail then for life?
Yeah. But I'm hoping in there some of the good criminals will just take him out.
Yeah, that usually happens, doesn't it? Like, they get word of what happened.
But it was like Dahmer, he got taken out, didn't he?
He did. He got taken out by a guy who said he was doing God's work and just fucking smashed his head to pieces.
With a weight, wasn't it a
dumbbell or something?
A dumbbell, which is quite, it's quite ironic, because that was what Dahmer used to do his first victim, wasn't it?
That's right.
There you go.
Plus he was like all into physical fitness and men who were like real bodied up and stuff.
Yeah, and it was quite a jack guy that did him as well. A blackjack guy.
A blackjack.
Yeah, and that's bang on what Dahmer loves.
Oh yeah. Blackjack guys.
Yeah, blackjack guys. Speaking of which, are you into like true crime or anything?
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah.
What's your favourite kind of genre? What do you like about it? Like, I'm fascinated. That's my thing. I'm fascinated by how mental people are.
Yeah, I think those serial killer ones are always interesting to watch, or people who have unique stories, or people who, like, fucking that Don't Fuck With Cats was a real mad one.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, changing identities, and he was moving across the country, and they couldn't track him, and it was like, he was really thinking. And then he
like
was
Lad Flag?
Yeah, like Lad Flag, yeah. That's exactly what they're compared to.
Yeah.
But Yeah, there was fucking, that one's a pretty fucked up one. But I also love ones about cults and stuff like that as well. Like that one about the fucking Mormons. Oh, what was it called recently?
Was that the one where like everyone was just shagging?
Think
And
so.
it was like one dad and 1,000 kids or something weird.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Top Shagger, Mormon edition. There you go.
But this is the slyest thing about that. He was basically shagging everybody, and he was like, look, he basically was able to go, these are my 30 women, and you just can't be married to any other men because you're one of my 30. So then all the other guys were like, fuck's sake, we want to fucking shag some women here. And they're like, but there's none for us to shag because you're fucking shagging them all. And he was like, to the 30 women, he was like, you gotta shag me because I'm not pulling the wire myself. He's like, you gotta shag me fucking just for because he didn't want to pull the wire himself. So basically he's bucking all these 30 women and he's getting to like 80s at this point. They're like, fuck me, he's not in good nick here. He's like, listen, what you don't know is, see, whenever I die, I'm gonna get reincarnated. No, in fact, this is what he said. He goes, I can't die. I'm immortal. That's what he was like. I won't die. Don't worry. So like, you're all set here. Got to like 90, fully died, and they were like, oh, but he said he wasn't gonna die. Then his son was like, girls, don't worry. Dad didn't die. He got reincarnated into my being and into my soul. So he is me. And that means, and so what he did then, he started taking some of the dad's fucking wives and was like, it's me again. And then the circle continued. Isn't that wild?
I mean, that's just a guy being like, oh, I fucking really, like, he's really into stepmom porn. He's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I am a dad, swear.
Yeah.
All the other fellas are like, oh, for fuck's sake. Missed the trick. If you're the first one to go, it's me.
Yeah. Oh, looking around, you're going, hold on, I got an idea here. I am the one.
And so how did that end? Or just carrying on?
Well, I believed it ended in the government getting involved because they were just being fraudulent bastards and they were keeping people hostage. And just fucking, it is on Netflix.
What's it called?
Murder of the Mormons. It's some culty thing with Mormons, I think.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Highly recommend watching it. Crazy times.
Speaking of, Dean's got a crazy question for you. What peculiar buys has the Buttman made online recently?
Nothing that would excite you. I mean, I've bought a system for my house that is for smart heating. I've bought a smart heating system. That is
nice. I love that phrase, a system.
Yeah. That's getting installed. We are waiting. My Pokemon cards coming back from the grading facility, which is coming this year. That's happening. Apart from that, there isn't really anything out of the ordinary. I mean, a few new shirts that I'm going to try on.
Like for stand-up or just personal pleasure?
Don't know. I want to feel them out. I don't really decide until I put it on and I go, what will this be an occasion for? Is this a t-shirt?
Pull the wire myself.
Pull the wire myself. A t-shirt for a podcast.
Speaking of that, do you reckon there are guys out there that just have a pulling the wire of themselves t-shirt? Like pop it on to be like, right.
Definitely.
That's funny. I'm going to do something about that.
There's a guy that has a wee set routine to pull the wire of himself.
Yeah.
Because you get some guys that just do it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely there's like an OCD guy who like, no, the candle has to be lit. You know, the TV has to be set to channel 4.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, there's a guy I used to work with who I remember he told me a story about a guy, one of his mates. He called around his mates and he was rapping the door to get in to him or whatever, but he wasn't answering because he was watching, like back in the day, Blue movies, and he was just pulling the wire himself. But he said when he looked through a window, he had a big plate of toast and a big like pot of tea beside him, so he was just going in, having a load of toast and having a big pot of tea.
It's kind of a good time, to be fair.
It's a great time.
I kind of envy that. Do you remember the softcore porn on Channel 5?
Oh, but no, this is back in the day when you had to actually go and see a fella and get a tape. You know what I mean?
See a fella?
Yeah, get a tape like blue. You know, that was his joke. Is it a Jason Manford bit or is it a Peter Kay bit? Where he's like, you had to go and see Blu-ray. Blu-ray wasn't a DVD. Blu-ray was a guy who sold you DVDs in the back of the car. Yeah,
it's a great bit.
You a porn. Yeah, so I think it was Peter Kay actually.
But no, I remember Channel 5 used to put the dirty movies on.
Oh, and Emmanuel.
I didn't watch that one. I remember.
Hey, if you don't know, Emmanuel has about 45 different films and it's just called like Emmanuel 1 and they're all just softcore French about this woman called Emmanuel.
See, softcore, but
better.
But is it better?
Oh, better.
Because you don't see.
'Cause you
It's
don't
the things you don't see. That, but,
tantalizes and teases.
But when they did the softcore, right? Did they not actually fuck in the softcore? Like, the actors, I mean, were they like... Or was it the camera angles just weren't showing the
It's
penetration?
like, you know, whenever you snog on screen, you're not supposed to, like, put the tongue in. You're just supposed to, like...
Aye. Dave.
You know?
Put the tongue.
Yeah. I mean, I, like...
If any actors are listening to this right now and they say, don't put the tongue in, wise up.
Didn't Amy Schumer
That's
say
a joke,
that
by the way.
John Cena...
Put the tongue in?
No, bucked her in Trainwreck.
No, he didn't.
Well, that's what she said, like, during the sex scene. Like, they properly had sex, she says.
I'm going to research
Yeah,
that.
like-
there's no way wholesome John Cena was just doing non-consensual
No,
performative
I
sex.
don't think it was non-consensual. I
Do you
think it
think
was
she said here?
John
don't
Cena,
throw
Amy
it in
Schumer,
there.
real sex.
But you can't, because then the people filming the scene would have had to consent to that as well. That's why it couldn't have happened.
Well, I mean, but if you're under the covers, no one knows.
But that's wrong. Amy Schumer describes working with John Cena and Ron G. I think this is just something you
hold
wish
on.
happened.
No, Amy Schumer just said John Cena was actually inside her for Trainwreck.
She said Amy Schumer jokes.
No, that's
John
just that's
Cena.
just the phrase.
No.
Yeah, John Cena does it.
Do you-
And then if he did, he would just be like, "Oh, you can't see me, I didn't."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does this after.
Yeah.
When he cleans up her
Yeah.
dude, he goes like that.
Yeah, when he finishes, he does 5-knuckle shuffle, and that's
In her face.
yeah.
Pull
Pull the wire yourself.
But, yeah, well, how do we get on to that? Talking about...
Questions? Do you know Aaron Boyd?
No.
Well, Aaron wants to know how your five-a-side's going, and also he wants to let you know he's called Elvis, named after Elvis.
Oh, he's named after us too. 5 aside, because I've had no free nights the last 2 weeks. I haven't been able to play any games. Last game I played, though, I'll tell you this, I scored a lot of goals and was one of the key players in the game.
Keynote speaker and keynote player.
Yep. So I'm very much on form with my football. I will be seeking a game or two in the leading weeks up to this United match that we have coming up. We're meant to play one tonight. Someone told us about one.
Well, Shane was organising that, so obviously it didn't happen. Our boy Talal has a question.
Oh, yeah.
He says,
AKA.
Shaggy.
AKA you. but from
AKA
another
me,
universe.
yes. Well, just, yeah.
Yeah.
If the Spider-Verse film, if you watched it,
I watched it a few
me
minutes
and
ago.
Talal will be featured in some sort of Dave-averse.
The Dave-averse, yeah.
Well, but speaking of, on a similar
Talal
tone,
and Pitbull.
Talal wants to know who plays Dave Elliott and Aaron Butler in your own biopics. Well, Talal plays me.
Talal plays you,
Yeah.
and Martin McCann plays me.
I think Steve McGuinness. Wow.
I mean, McGuinness
Using AI.
Yeah.
Bringing him back.
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
these are real good questions for you today.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
Matt Rice says, if Aaron was to do a Broadway Lion King, what NI comedians would he pick for which roles? That's a good question. Like, take that away.
So, right, let's break down the roles. What's his dad's name again? What's fucking
Mufasa.
Mufasa. So the Mufasa, then you have the actual Lion King. Then you've got Scar.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is a good question. And then you've got the three hyenas.
Yeah.
The three hyenas, I'm going Willie McCagney and Jordan Robinson.
And which one would be the one with the googly eyes?
Probably McCagney, I'd
Alright,
say,
okay.
because he like, you know what he's like with his eyesight, missing steps and
Yeah,
stuff
well,
like
what I
that.
was going to say, like, you picked the one that's not disabled. I like that from you. It's very inclusive.
You're Pumbaa.
Pumbaa?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Shane is Timon.
Oh, no.
So you're stuck with him.
Oh, no.
You're stuck with him.
Oh.
What's the name of the bird? The wee
Zazu.
Zazu. Yeah, who would be Zazu? Zazu.
A wee gossipy bitch, Zazu. No, Zazu's not. He's like a wee, like...
he's a wee nerd, is he?
Yeah,
almost
nerd.
like a wee. He plays by the books and stuff like that.
Kieran.
Zazu's a wee Kieran. Yeah.
Just say plays by the books. That's Kieran.
Yeah. I'll play the role of fucking the Lion King. What's his name again?
Simba.
I'll be Simba.
Oh, then who's Nala, mate? Your wee bird? Your girlfriend?
Nala is Nala's going to be played by, I don't know. Give me
I have to
suggestion.
push you here.
I know. I don't know. I don't want to say anybody.
You have to.
I
Because
don't want to.
whoever you say, people be like, oh, Butler's a thing for.
Nala would be played by Geddis.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
So Nala's Geddis.
Because they got the same sort of shape head or
Yeah,
whatever.
they do. That's good.
And then my dad would be Woodsy. Woodsy can be my dad.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Mufasa.
But
And who would be
Woodsy can
Scar?
Mufasa. Scar. Oh, that's a good question. Paddy McDonald can be Scar.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would be. He just pushed Woodsy off the cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, nice. That was a lot of fun. Listen,
that's the cast.
As always, it's been a lot of fun. Listen, if you were affected by anything discussed on this podcast, sort your life out.
Liam, just take it up with John Cena.
It was a lot of fun.
Pull the wire.
Listen,
yourself. I hope everybody pulls the wire themselves today. That's what I want people to do.
This has been a fun episode from Dave Dastardly and Buttley today. And if people want to see what you're up to, where can they get you? Where can they follow you?
Aaron Butler online for everything. And also what I want people to do is I want people to buy tickets to the Walled Garden show that me and you're doing, your headline show. I'm supporting it. I'll be there. If you want to see Dave Dastardly and Buttley live in the Walled Garden, do it, because there's not many tickets left. And I don't want to hear messages from people going, hi, is it sold out? Can I get... The tickets will be gone. The tickets will be gone. So there you go. That's what I want people to do. And also, no matter what time of day it is at the minute, no matter what you do after you listen to this, you must pull the wire yourself, or there'll be a curse instilled on you, and your whole family will die.
And speaking of that, see, the last time you were on, we were asking listeners to send you photos of their dicks and their ditties.
No, don't
Nobody's
do that.
done that yet.
No, don't do that.
So he wants ditties and dicks.
I don't want ditties and dicks in my inbox. No, please don't be doing that.
Ditties and dicks. DAD, daddy wants
just
daddies.
ditties and ditties.
Just no dicks?
No,
so
no
you're
dicks.
okay for ditties then? Get the ditties to Butler.
Well, look, absolute. If someone's gonna, what's the word I'm looking for?
Gift you?
No. If someone wants to send me unsolicited ditty pics, I'll probably open them. Now, to be fair, if you also send unsolicited dick pics, I'll probably open them too, because I'm a nosy bastard and I would open them. But mostly, I would accept an unsolicited ditty pic.
But do you prefer ditties or butts? Holes? What do you want?
I prefer...
Would you like someone like a wee picture of their butt or their ditties? What are you looking?
I think ditties.
There you go, ditties.
I think ditties.
Ditties for days for
But you don't have to. Don't feel like I'm pressuring you.
But listen, he says...
But if you just...
The DMs are open. That's all
you throw in a ditty pic, I'll certainly take a look and review it for you.
And do not send me any, because I will get into trouble and I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, just send him the dicks. Send him the dicks, me the ditties.
Just the dicks for me, please.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Pull the wire yourself.
Dudley. Dudley?
Buttley?
Buttley. This.
I'm the sly guy.